Sports update this morning. Lots of NHL news. The Buffalo Sabres have fired general manager Jason Botterill and replaced him with senior VP Kevin Adams. Sabres are missing the playoffs for a 9th straight year. The Vegas Golden Knights signed tough guy Ryan Reeves Monday to a 2-year contract extension worth $3.5 million. He'll count $1.75 million against the salary cap in each of the next 2 seasons. Reeves announced the new deal in a video on the Golden Knights Twitter page. The 33-year-old from Winnipeg had 8 goals and 7 assists for 15 points. Winnipeg Jets have signed goalie Arvid Holm to a 3-year entry-level deal and forward Christian Reichel to a 2-year entry-level deal. Holm, 21 years of age, was drafted by the Jets in the 6th round of the 2017 NHL Draft, just completed his first season with Farjestad in the Swedish Hockey League. And the 22-year-old Reichel, an undrafted free agent, had just completed his 2nd season with the Manitoba Moose. He'd played for the Dubs Red Deer Rebels back in 2017-18, where he had 57 points in 63 games. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Liquor Store. We are open. Stop in today at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua or call 761-2777 for their hours. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. I'm just seeing what everybody's writing in here. John Ohm checking in from Winnipeg. They love the Jets talk. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says Buffalo Sabres are the last team I really want to see win a cup. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about it.
For a while.
For a long time. Not with the current ownership. I will say it again and again, and I haven't said it for a while. Do you like to read?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Order the book, The Dark Side of the Game. It's written by a guy by the name of Tim Green. He was an NFL, I think, offensive lineman. It's a really good book. It's the best sports book I've ever read. He takes you inside the game, and you can transfer it from NFL to NHL, any of these leagues. And there's a chapter in there. Major junior hockey. There's a chapter in there that says why some teams always win and some teams always lose. And this guy played for sure with the Bengals and I think the Jets. But he said it's ownership and it's the people in charge. It's why some teams always win and some teams always lose. Wouldn't you like to read about that?
Yeah.
Guy nailed it.
Yeah.
In terms of setting a culture, expectations, leading by example, why some teams always win and some teams always lose. You got to read it. Order it on Amazon or whatever you do. Go down to your local chapters and order it. It'll really make a lot of it make sense for you.
Yeah.
And how I got on that topic, I'm not sure. But, I didn't even ask Rod about the current crisis facing the CFL. As a matter of fact, he was very positive, which he's going to be no matter what because he's the voice of the team on TSN. But to go back on our quick 6 show topics that we covered at the start of the show, 3downnation.com breaking the news that the football operations cap, the cap on coaches and all football operations people, is going to be cut by $500,000, i.e., there's 11 coaches a restriction now. Now it's dropping to 9. Further cuts in the football ops department. And then Justin's report was that, look out, players, you're next. And it just made the hair on the back of my neck stand up because I thought, why are they attacking the product? You're lessening the product. The scouts find these players, the coaches coach them up, get them to this level, and you're attacking the product? The credibility problem starts at the top, not the guys on the field. And I have a major, major problem with that. I don't know where or why I went down that rant again, but I just got to hammer that home again. Mm-hmm. Oh, because of the Sabres. That's why.
Right.
And the Bills aren't going to be squat either. Likely. Because these owners don't know what they're doing in Buffalo, the Pagulas.
Yeah, and it's tough. As as taxpayers, and when you look at the federal government trying to potentially lend support to the Canadian Football League, I think the ask was $150 million. Do you want to do that to an inferior product? Do you want to prop up the game that people want to enjoy and want to see? And I just don't want to see the game take a hit. You don't want to see the on-field product take a hit.
The way it's going.
And I understand being fiscally responsible, and I understand, this is extreme times, and we got to cut costs and make sure we're not overspending, more than normal. But it's a 20% cut to the salary cap for the personnel, and you're cutting 2 spots. And it just becomes really difficult. I think the government, the plea is that we want to support these jobs. We want to support our players. We want to keep the on-field product at a high level, not cut it. What are you supporting? I don't know. It's tough to see it. It really is. It's really tough.
Breaking news from Simon Fudge, our soccer insider. Thank you, Simon. He says Mark Panis out as Vancouver Whitecaps CEO after just 6 months in the role. Sporting director Alex Schuster takes over CEO duties in a newly combined role. Is it bad that my first thought was, what'd he get caught doing? That's 6 months in the role.
That's the world we live in right now.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, what was uncovered? What did he say? What did he do? Right? 6 months, that's not a long time. That's get to the keyboard, edit, undo. I made a mistake, right? 6 months is not long.
And on the Chuba Hubbard thing, by the way, it is a fantastic social study. The kid from Sherwood Park, Alberta, that's playing at Oklahoma State, Canadian kid, top running back at NCAA football, calling out his coach, Mike Gundy, just yesterday. And within an hour, they came together and shot a video together, and Gundy didn't necessarily apologize. By the way, Mike Gundy, the coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, is the guy that they haven't won anything since he's been there, but he's the guy that famously was in that rant on video. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me. That was Mike Gundy. The mullet, for those that don't know Mike Gundy. And he was wearing a T-shirt for the OAN network, the OWN network, America One American network. And Chuba had a problem with it because they are a far-right, accused of being anti-Black Lives Matter campaign network. And the coach is wearing the shirt. So Chuba came out yesterday and said he'll have nothing to do with the Cowboys until there's a change. The coach makes a statement, not an apology. Here's where I think we're at. Chuba has the right to call him out. The coach has the right to change, or at the very least, apologize, i.e. Bill Peters with what happened to him in Calgary. Do you see what I'm saying? Probably did deserve to lose his job. I mean, it's dangerous when you're going back into history to call up what people did decades ago. I mean, that horse is out of the barn. There's no point bringing it up here. But Bill Peters, or anybody that's accused of these things, should get the opportunity to change and see the error of their ways, should they not?
Yeah, I believe in this wholeheartedly. I believe that you need to act properly. You need to act, in a place of kindness and from inside, from a good place. But we're holding people accountable for actions 20 years ago to standards of today, not standards of 20 years ago, right? We're pulling up old incidents and applying today's judgments and today's rules when things might have been seen differently back then. But I feel things need to be looked at is we need to be held accountable for what we've done in the past, but shown that we can change. So if he's done some bad things in the past, he should absolutely own up to it. He should absolutely take responsibility. But if he's recognized that and shown progress and shown change as the world's changed and he's evolved, then that's what we want. We want people to evolve with time and evolve and change and grow. And that's the same thing with this whole movement. You may have thought something before. You may have thought something yesterday. We live in a different world today. Are you changing? Are you growing? Are you evolving? That's what I want to see.
After the break, Kelly Rempel, the Silver Fox, his thoughts on all of this. But on the Prairie Mobile text line, we announced that we will be broadcasting Friday nights, Saskatchewan-Montreal computer simulated game. We'll be broadcasting it on Facebook Live. Chris in Regina writes in, says, will Abu make an appearance on Friday night? No, he won't. That's just a simple no. Shane writes in, says, great news. Looking forward to CFL Sim with you both announcing. That's from Shane. Metal Shingle Guy says, not on Twitch. Now I need Facebook. Sorry. We can explain later on why we're making this change.
Don't even need Facebook. RodPedersen.com.
Yeah, you can watch it at RodPedersen.com. Thank you. There's a ton of messages here, so we'll get through those. I want to get to Remps next. Don't want to keep him waiting. It's the RP Show. Episode 256 of Canada's Morning Sports Talk Show continues after this from the bunker in Western Canada. You're watching on Facebook Live. Listen live at rodpeterson.com and Game Plus TV Network.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpeterson.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.